Okay, welcome everybody to this week's call. My name is Jackie Boyle, and I have the honour each week of being able to share this space with Dr. Joseph Ahrens, dual-nominated Nobel Prize scientist, and he has amazing products that we all get to benefit from. But he also has a wealth of knowledge that we also get to benefit from as he shares with us. So how are you, Dr. Ahrens? How's things for you this week?
They're great here. They're just fine. You like this hat? You know, I've had a bad hair day too myself, so that's why I wore a hat also. So thank you very much. I'm doing really good. Thank you. Thank you. We survived this little hurricane that we had here in Florida. It was a hurricane, then tropical storm, and then right before it hit Tampa, it turned back into a hurricane, but there was very minimal damage here where I am. So I'm here. I'm not flooded out.
Well, that's good news. So we're pleased to hear it, because I know there have been times where you've been on a call and it has been quite hairy with one of those hurricanes going through. But, you know, today what we're talking about, Dr. Ahrens, I think we spoke about this earlier in the week, and, you know, we're looking at ways to strengthen your immune system. And it's a really important topic, more than ever before. It's always been important, but I think the focus being now looking at what's happening in our world today. Let's address it. Let's look at the elephant in the room. We're all living life differently, Dr. Ahrens, and our families, like never before, are looking for things to strengthen our immune system. So, you know, this comes in various ways of nutrition, exercise, our mental health in how we nurture, how we think, but also what we fuel our body with and how we can supplement our body as well. So, you know, I am excited to hand this across to you, because I am really looking forward to hearing your thoughts in regards to ways that we all can look at helping our families to strengthen our immune system in the world that we live in today.
Well, I'm really glad to talk about this topic because it's probably one of the very most important. It doesn't matter whether you think you're healthy or you're sick or have some disease or broken bones or going on vacation. All of these things are tied together in your immune system. It's the thing that governs your body. And what I would like to do, Jackie, is talk about ways that we can help ourselves, help our immune system, and paint the picture of how this all fits together. And then in the following weeks, we're going to tackle each one of these topics, because I can't talk about all of this stuff. It would take 5 or 6 hours. So I'm going to lay out the key issues about what affects your immune system and how it affects the rest of your life, and how it's all one circle that's tied together. So you want to get right to it?
I want to know as much as I possibly can, because I have my own thoughts on it in regards to, I look at my own body, Dr. Ahrens, and how much through what we are all going through, having a compromised immune system, and not making any claims here, just straight facts. I have a compromised immune system through what I deal with my health. And I know through my choices that I've decided, my immune system is supported like never before. And I know it's through my healthy diet, my choices, it's through the exercise, but it's how I nurture my mindset, but it's also through the things that I choose to add to my diet, which I know you're going to talk about.
Well, the components in your life that are interwoven together. Diet, number one, diet. And this is why we often talk about things such as insulin. That's actually part of a diet. If we were, as I said before, living 100, 200 years ago, we would have these things in our diet and our body would function much better. So diet. And we're going to spend a while talking on diet in the coming week. It's not just what you do eat, but it's what you don't eat. Some things you do eat are good for you. Some things that you eat are bad for you. And some things that you should eat that you don't eat. Really, the only one that's okay is the bad. Don't eat the bad things. So everybody doesn't do that. Everybody's going to eat the things that are really not too good for them. And some things that you think are bad for you actually are quite good for you. So we're going to tackle that. But diet is what drives you, not just fuel, but it's where you get all the little switches in your body that turn your systems on or off. Vitamins and minerals are like the little switches. So you need protein and you need carbohydrate and you need fat. Everybody recognizes that. You also need vitamins and minerals. Those are the things that regulate our system. Those are the switches in our body. Number two, what are you going to do with all that energy? Exercise. And I'm talking about from A to Z. If you can do it, work out hard. If you can't, get off the couch and walk across the room to get a glass of water. So that's going to be a topic all in itself. You know, there's different exercises for different age appropriate and health appropriate individuals. And a lot of people will teach you, okay, you got to exercise. So we got to start walking 5 kilometers a day. And, you know, we want to see 20 push-ups. You're not going to hear that from me. What you're going to hear from me is just move, just move. And the way that exercise ties in is it doesn't just make you stronger, but exercise helps to maintain your body. It also relieves stress, well documented. And when we talk about this further, we'll bring the science to it. It's documented that exercise lowers cortisol, which is a stress hormone. So actually, when you get up fuming at an argument and walk around the living room, that's actually good for you. So you need to move. You need to reduce the stress in your life from exercise. And related to stress is our psychological, spiritual, mental well-being. There are some things that you can do. I'm not going to tell you, well, you know, you need to stop worrying. Nobody can do it. You need to stop having anxiety. That's not going to work at all. I'll tell you, though, if you do have good diet, you do have good exercise, you will notice an increase in your mental state, your mental well-being. And, you know, I actually propose that people proactively work in this area of their life. A lot of people that talk about better health don't mention the spiritual side. And you can take whatever belief system you have, or if you have none, you can still work to calm your mind, to bring yourself in tune with with nature and universe. Well, if you're dieting well and you're exercising good, you're getting in tune with nature. You know, just a little hint, like myself, every day in the beginning of the day after I wake up, I kind of try to ground myself. I take a half an hour to calm my mind, prepare myself for the day. I do actually read a couple of spiritual texts myself. And it doesn't matter. I don't particularly care which one you're choosing. I'm not a proponent of these. What I'm saying is there are certainly people and leaders that know more than we do. Read them. Read what they have to say. You can contemplate even the words of you know, Thomas Jefferson if you want to, and calm your mind down. I also, as many people know, I'm a practitioner of Zen, and it's a balance, getting back to diet, exercise, balance, less stress, balance. And what are we missing here? Is there something else? Does anybody know? Well, it's the way you put these things together and in your mind, be in charge of yourself. Be proactive. Look, I'm just like everybody else. And I don't need the New Year's Day to make me have resolutions that I know I'm going to fail. I try all the time to have resolutions in the beginning of every month, beginning of every week. And I fail constantly. That doesn't mean, though, I should stop trying. Once we work out for you, your workout for yourself, what is a good diet at your stage of life and condition? What is the right type of exercise? You do work to have some type of mental well-being. And at the end of the day, for most of us, sleep. Sleep is critical. So diet, they bear repeating, exercise, mental health, be in charge of yourself, sleep. There are ways that you can improve your sleep. There's lots of different ways. Some of them are just simple routines that you'll do, and we'll go into those one week. Or, you know, you might decide to get on 24/7 as an example, because that product does help a lot of people sleep. You know, I've had a lot of tension in my life in the last year or so, and I found I was not sleeping whatsoever. And of course, I wasn't exercising good. I had a horrible diet. I didn't have a chance or opportunity to do any reflection. I was in very bad condition, very bad condition. And I have got a hold of myself, and you guys can get on this journey with me, every one of you. And, you know, I'm not going to be a failure. I'm going to be in charge of my life. I'm going to look at what exercise I am doing and how I need to improve. I'm going to work on more in my contemplation. I'm going to absolutely work to get sleep. That's actually the first thing I tackled. I just got through with my semi-annual checkup with my general practitioner. And so one thing we talked about before we talked about anything else was sleep. How are you sleeping? Well, not good. Of course, I'm not sleeping good. And I discussed with my general practitioner, you know, what are those things I could do, the routine I could set up in order to help me sleep, get off that phone earlier. And, you know, I have a horrible habit at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm still on the phone. You know, people call me from all over the planet and I want to answer. Well, it's not doing me any good. I need to be in control of that. I need to reduce the amount of blue light that's coming off to all these different instruments. Well, I have started taking a vitamin supplement that works on the serotonin and melatonin balance, and I've noticed a difference in just 3 days. It's not something where, you know, you wake up and go to sleep and oh, everything's fixed. But, you know, it took a couple of days. I'm already better. I'm already getting not just a little bit longer sleep, but deeper sleep. And you need that. You need that rapid eye movement. So I hope that you will join me in this journey. Those are the things we're going to tackle. Those are the things that will help your immune system. And in turn, if your immune system is strong, then you will recover better from exercise and have better results. Your sleep will be better. You will feel more at ease and tune with nature. You'll actually can possibly see some weight loss here. Because when your immune system is operating properly, all the other things also operate properly. And if they're not operating correctly, your immune system gets shot and overloaded. Now, let me plug in right here, just a little plug. I know everyone is here to get information, general information, and that's what we cover mostly. But you know what? Everybody needs to be on inulin to start with. If we're starting out here with a blank sheet here, make sure you have inulin in your diet. Take that inulin. It is needed for your body to support every one of these things that I just named. Your immune system primarily, immune system. And it will help you also sleep better. You'll get better results from your exercise. So everybody should be taking inulin. And I know that there's some places in the world it's difficult to get. And I believe I've heard the companies are working hard to get that system, delivery system figured out. And everybody needs to start out with a good diet, and that means having enough inulin. From there, we're going to start working on sleep. From there, we're going to go into exercise. And from there, we're going to go into your spiritual well-being. So, Jackie, this is the plan that I want to lay out. Those are the things that contribute to your positive or negative immune system, and your immune system turns right around and influences every one of those. It is absolutely a circle, a wheel. It's not just a teeter-totter, positive, negative. It's a circle of life, if you will, which has diet and exercise and sleep and spiritual well-being. All of those have to be functioning for, in the center, your immune system to operate properly. And once your immune system is operating properly, then all those other facets come together. Now, and we'll see, although you have heard me in the past tell you how your immune system is linked to something such as exercise. Well, That's just an example. I'll give a bit right there. What has the immune system got to do with exercise? Well, your immune system, is part of that system, is the system that causes your muscles to repair themselves. You know, that is how you get stronger. Our muscles, they just, you know, they rip a little bit, actually. They shred just a little bit and they come in and rebuild stronger. That is your immune system. If you remember about a month ago, we talked about that there are several types, levels in your immune system. And part of that is rebuilding your muscles. I know it's just how we named it, immune. Everybody thinks, oh, that just has to do with disease. No, it doesn't. It has to do with wound healing and actually growth and development, growth of young infants, and repair of people that are, you know, on the other side of life. So from cradle to grave, you need to take care of these things. And we're going to go on this journey and show you, use me as an example, and we're going to get somewhere together.
So Dr. Ahrens, we spoke about this week, and you know how we can actually educate people, share knowledge, driven, but the reality being is that we do have some amazing quality products to be able to suggest to people to look at taking that's going to enhance or support and assist their body. But what we did discuss, and it'd be interesting for people to put their hands up or put their comments in the chat, is that put out a little, I guess, like a challenge to Dr. Ahrens to let's put like once a week, he's going to provide us with a 5-minute video of what is happening in the life of Dr. Ahrens this week. So what is he doing in regards to his sleep for this week? What's happening in regards to what he's doing for his exercise to enhance that? You know, what is Dr. Ahrens doing with nutrition for this week? What does that look like? And even if he's had a bad week, you know, whether he shares that with us or not, but what's Dr. Ahrens done to improve how he's feeling? So has he had a down week? Like, has he ended up catching, you know, he might have got a virus or something, or might have picked something up. He might have got a common cold. But what has he done to help his immune system to strengthen it? Because let's be honest, globally, we are all looking for ways to be able to strengthen our immune systems and our families to be able to help us by what we eat, by how we exercise. But you've touched on this, Dr. Ahrens, and I really believe it's such a huge part of who we are, is the power of the mind. The power of the mind can either make us or break us. So if we have the ability to tap into even those types of tips that are free, to be able to share with people, that you'll be able to do that too, that we look at how we think is how our body will reflect physically as well. So it's important to be able to tap into free ways of being able to get our mind thinking more positive, even when it feels really low, because it can pick you up. What are your thoughts in those areas?
Are you asking me or our listeners?
I'm asking you, because we've had this conversation, because you quite often say to me, how on God's earth do you stay so positive? And my response to you generally is, I am so darn lucky that I'm alive. I have so many challenges, as many others do, that I think that every day is a darn blessing that I open my eyes up and I want to embrace it, even though my body's telling me something different. So I'm asking you.
You know, it's critical that we all have a support network. And one of the reasons of sharing those videos, as you mentioned, and coming on these Zoom calls is I want us to be our support network. And I can't know each of you individually, but I understand where you're coming from, every single one of you. And I want to be part of your support network. And I hope to develop this eventually into a social platform where we do have a social network of mutual support and go through this journey together, give each other helps and hints. And the big problem is doing things in isolation, because you don't just forget them, but you need somebody sometimes to come along and kick you in the rear end. And we're going to take this little by little, and we're going to support each other, and we're going to make some progress. Now, you know, a lot of you already know a lot of these things, but I'll guarantee you There will be at least 10% of those that'll hear something they've never heard before. And some people that have heard them, but they need to hear them again. You know, that is how you train people. Repetition, repetition, emphasis, emphasis. You know, I used to be a college professor, and we could just give a book to somebody and say, okay, go ahead, go home and read that. We're going to come back 12 weeks later and have an exam. It's not how it works. It's coaching, making emphasis, going over the important points over and over again. And you need to hear it over and over and over again. And then there are people that have really never heard any of these things before. They may have never heard, wow, what has my immune system got to do with exercise? They may have never heard. I'll show you exactly biochemically how that works. And I appreciate this opportunity to bring this information to people throughout the world.
So Dr. Ahrens, I want to make a couple of points here for people. Like we touched base on the importance. We're talking about ways to strengthen our immune system. So we are just touching base on things, and we're going to delve deeper into oncoming calls into the importance of nutrition. You know, even looking at this looks very disgusting, but it's actually jam-packed with kale, spinach. It's based on a protein powder. It's got different fruits, frozen fruits that I've put in there. I've thrown a raw egg in it, probiotics. Whilst it looks disgusting, it's amazing because it actually helps my body to support my immune system. So nutrition is really important. Exercise is something we're going to delve into. Sleep is really super important as well, and some of us struggle with that more than ever. But what I did want to share too was to say to you, like we talk about where do people get information from. So how important is, I've put your web page in the chat as well for people to grab hold of it if they haven't already, because Amulin at the moment, there is information that it's scarce, and there's a reason for that. But we have got Dr. Ahrens' web page that you can go to, and it's a safe zone. Nobody's going to do anything other than for you to send them there and get information from. But Dr. Ahrens, are you able to kind of share with us as to how important that web page is for the information that is included in there that are going to support people that they can get ideas from? Because the information that we have with Emulin at the moment with the company, Valentis, is going through some adjustments, like they're bringing it up to speed on where it needs to be.
Well, you know, one of the problems, Emulin is such a fantastic product that anything you say about it, even though true, the authorities don't like to hear that. And they actually clamped down on us and had us remove most of our material and come back up after passing it through in front of some FDA lawyers. In the meantime, we do have this page where we have got as much information as we can, up-to-date information on Emulin, and I don't want this to be a commercial for Emulin. But in this page, you'll find that type of information that you'd like. We also have running blogs where people ask questions, and we come back with the appropriate answers. And we are going to start, even from these talks, we will put more information in there on things like diet alone, different types of diet. That's going to be a whole section. So what you should do for a diet, what are the ridiculous fad diets, which diets do work, which ones that I recommend for myself and maybe some of you. And you're going to find this information there. And also, as Jackie said, it's a neutral site. You don't go there and get tagged for product or anything like that. It's just a repository of my life experience, what I've been doing for the last 30 or 40 years, and trying to bring this forward to the public.
Yeah, and I think Dr. Ahrens, like there's 5 videos in there for everybody that's on this call now, for those that watch it afterwards, and they are extremely informative because it is about the science and technology behind Dr. Ahrens' research that he's done. There's a bio in there about Dr. Ahrens. And those videos are also on his YouTube channel as well. I'm not trying to plug anything. I'm just trying to provide you with information because there's so many people that are asking for information, because once this our company is able to provide us with updated information that we're allowed to use because it has to be compliant. I have put in the chat line, though, that there are words that I have asked through the company's compliance, but we are able to use. So we are able to use the word recovery. We are able to use the word immune systems. And of course, we are able to use the word, flavonoids or flavanols, whatever you may choose to do. But it is in the chat line. So that has been cleared by the company that we can do that. So as we do move forward, Dr. Ahrens, we're really excited. I'm not sure if anyone's got any questions, but I know this is a big topic that we're going to expand on. And I know that we look forward to your 5-minute videos because we're committing you to it. That once a week, we've got a 5-minute videos, and you might be walking down by the lake, you might be doing something, and you can just send us a video and just say, hey, this is what's happening in Dr. Ahrens' week this week. This is what I've been doing, because what's the purpose behind it? We want to get up close and personal with you because we want to understand what makes you tick. We want to understand what it is that you're doing because you have this untapped knowledge that we haven't even accessed yet. So to be able to see, it's one thing that we're seeing what your products do. It's one thing that we experience what your products do, but it's nice to know who's behind the expertise and the knowledge of these amazing products that we believe in, which means that we believe in you. So it's going to be really fascinating and amazing to be on that journey, seeing what it is that you do so that we can see ourselves, that we potentially can change what we're doing that may actually benefit some of us. So I'm excited. I don't know about you, but you've committed yourself to something and we're going to hold you to it.
All right. Well, that kind of brings us to the close of this session here, half an hour. And I know there's calls following. So I thank everybody for coming on here. And listen, spread the word. Let's get some people on here. We're going to start talking about sleep the next trip here a week from now. We're going to be talking about sleep. And so we'll do the whole full cycle, sleep, exercise, spiritual development, diet. And we'll build our immune system together.
Sounds perfect, Dr. Ahrens. So the takeaway from today's call of looking at ways to strengthen your immune system, there are key factors there that we've touched base on. There are the supplementation that we know that can benefit us as well. And as we move forward, we'll be able to look into those extracts that potentially can assist the immune system too. So just to finish up on this call, I do want to actually mention that, for the purposes of, please do not record this. It will be provided for you. I'm not trying to be the fun police, but we're just trying to protect the product and the brand. And we really do want to thank each and every one of you for turning up and to give us your valuable time to be here with us. And Dr. Ahrens, I thank you so much for always being here for us and providing us with invaluable information. So thank you.
Thank you. See you next week.
Okay, bye.